anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
I've got a big mouth, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Why? Because I want to talk about what happened rather than just ignoring it like you do.
But that's the problem, you're not talking about it. You're enjoying it. Dissecting Lance's death piece by piece.
But Yvonne, we're police officers. I mean, that's our job, isn't it? Trying to understand, trying to make sense of it.
Trying to make sense of it? What, all that nasty speculation over Lance's private life, not caring who might hear, who might get upset?
All right, so you know about upset, do you? What about me? Maybe it's just my way of coping with things.
Amber, are you thick?
That's enough!
The pair of you. Don't you think there's enough bad feeling already without you two adding to it? Seriously, does this other pair of you show respect for the death of an officer? Arguing like kids? That's some memorial, that is.
Sorry, Mum.
Mum. Right. Now let's try and calm down and be a little bit more sensitive. Go on.
Any marks on Josh Hill? Signs of a struggle?
There's one recent scratch on his left forearm, where he claims he did it in the gym. We've already got his DNA, so we just have to see if it matches what we find under Lance's fingernails.
And his general reaction to arrest?
Irritated, belligerent.
So, he claims he's been victimised for the blackmail of Richard Neiman.
How do you plan to approach him?
Well, in this instance, head on. I think the pictures of him and Lance together speak for themselves.
Let's see what he has to say.
This is the bloke who's dead.
So now you remember him.
Yeah. This might jog your memory further. This is the two of you together at the Radar Club. Only before, you said you didn't know who he was.
Well, he didn't tell me his name. He was having problems at home. I felt sorry for him. I just bought him a drink, that's all.
Come on, Josh, you're a male escort. The man was lonely. Do you expect us to believe you'd pass up on a chance like that?
I found out he was a copper and I didn't want anything more to do with him. Do you think I went home with him? Is that why you found him dead at home?
We didn't say that. We didn't even mention the location.
Look, I fancied him, that's all.
Like you fancied Richard Neiman? Sleeping with him, then threatening to tell his wife if he didn't pay?
This wasn't like that.
Josh, tell us what really happened. You left separately, you met back at his.
No, I told you, I went home.
And then when you got there, he changed his mind. Is that why you killed him? Because he'd wasted your valuable time?
So you got that scratch on your forearm? In a struggle?
No, you've got it wrong.
Or was it that, unlike Richard Neiman, this geezer refused to be blackmailed?
It doesn't look good, Josh. You were the last person to speak to Lance, and with a record like yours.
No. It was Michael, the barman.
What do you mean?
I saw them leave the bar together. Then when I went round the back to get to my car, Lance was getting into a car with him.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
My name's Michael Keenan. Could you tell Inspector Manson I need to see him?
Thanks for coming.
No, you were right. Our son does deserve both parents.
Do you want to hold him?
Yeah. It's okay. I forgot how small they were.
Loud enough when he wants a feed, though. We need to talk about child support. The CSA reckon it's 15% of your net income.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Look, I've spoken to Cindy, and we both just want to do what's right.
Okay, well, direct debit would be best. Straight into my account every month. That way I know where I stand.
Fine. No worries. You thought of a name for him yet?
Yeah, I want to call him Alfie.
Alfie. That's nice. If you don't mind a second name, can we call him Luke?
No, that's fine. I can live with Luke. Alfie Luke Maltby.
Alfie Luke Maltby. You sound like a Premiership footballer. What?
Nothing. Come on, let's go inside.
Where's Keenan now?
Downstairs in custody, waiting to be interviewed.
And he admitted to giving Lance a lift home?
But we already had him, apparently, Mum. As soon as you checked out the white vehicle seen last night by the neighbour, 3 vehicles matched the same colour and the partial registration. One of them's registered to Michael Keenan.
And if he did drive Lance home, that would explain why the cameras didn't pick them up leaving. They left by the rear staff entrance. Keenan would know that's not covered.
If James Trent and Kamal Siddiqui both drank at Radar, then Keenan could be our man.
Especially as he's been lying to us.
Fine, let me know.
Well, it's all official then.
But let's go and have a coffee, celebrate. I've got to be quick, though. What's the matter?
There's something I've got to tell you. I'm leaving London, Phil. I'm moving to Cardiff to live with my mum.
What? You having a laugh?
No, I'm being serious.
Why didn't you tell us this before?
Well, why do you think? I've been in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was scared. The minute you said Lance was dead, I knew how it'd look. You know, me being the last person to see him. But I swear to you, all I did was see him home safe.
Well, that's very good of you. It's not really part of your job, though, is it? A barman, giving lifts home.
My shift was over and I was genuinely concerned about him. I told you how drunk he was, not steady on his feet. He wanted to go back to some bloke's flat. I knew he'd regret it.
So you left with Lance, taking him out the staff entrance?
Oh, my car was parked out the back. It's the quickest way out.
So what happened? When you got back to Lance's?
I saw him inside, and then I said goodnight. I swear to you he was fine then. He said he was tired and he was going to get some sleep.
What time was that?
About 11:20.
He didn't stay for a coffee or anything?
No. Besides, I had to get back to the bar. So I'd left my wallet there. And then I decided to help Derek lock up.
Derek?
He's the other senior barman. And we wiped the tables down, took the empties out, locked up.
So you're saying you went back to the bar after dropping off Lance?
Yeah.
Well, the manager, Mr. Lawton, told us you booked the rest of the night off.
Well, I had. He wasn't to know I was going to go back.
OK, so what time was it when you got back to Radar?
About midnight. Look, if you don't believe me, ask Derek.
You ready to talk yet? Look, I know how you must be feeling. But I've got to do what's best for him. There's nothing for us here.
I'm here.
I know, but it's not as if we're in a relationship, and I'm going to need a lot of support.
I told you I'd be there for you.
But your work commitments, how often? Every other weekend? And if that's the case, then what's the difference whether it's London or Cardiff? And what about Cindy? You know, she can't exactly be happy with me living around the corner. I need this change for myself, Phil. Just a clean break away from everything.
Away from me?
Yeah, of course away from you. Just look at how we met, Phil. And it's for Alfie's sake as much as mine.
So what was all that about us registering our names together? Why couldn't you just be honest with me?
I wasn't trying to trick you. I told you up front I wanted your name on the birth certificate.
There's nothing I can say to change it.
I'm afraid not. Look, I'm really sorry, Phil. I'm gonna have to get going. See you.
Kate. I'll call you.
What did Derek say?
Confirmed Kinnan's story. Got back at 11:45. They were both there till about 12:20. Went home in different directions.
Time of death calculated at around 1 o'clock, give or take 30 minutes.
Which means Keenan could have gone back to Lance's after locking up, committed the murder and then left.
Yeah, but then so could anyone else who'd been at the bar.